welcome to GameSpot's live coverage of E3 2010 Day 2. Hello everyone, my name is Brian Eckberg, bringing you Day 2 coverage of E3 2010. Hope you guys are ready for a full day of E3 coverage because, man, we are bringing it to you. After Day 1 coverage, we had all the press conferences, we had a whole bunch of games on the show yesterday, and we've got more games today. This is the longest day of E3, so we're going to be here all day bringing you all sorts of games. Some of the highlights are Assassin's Creed 2, WWE All-Stars, Bulletstorm, Body Count, and the game that we're about to see right now, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I'm joined by Criterion Games' Craig Sullivan. He's here with me. Craig, how are you?
Very good, thank you. I'm having a really good show.
Well, you guys have had a great show already because you opened up the EA press conference.
We had the big deal, the big ticket. It was a big deal for Criterion Games to be the first guys out at the EA press conference. Obviously, quite a kind of it's always been a big deal. I've always looked at the press conferences in the past and kind of thought the guys who open the show have the big gig, have the spotlight on them. So we opened up at 2 p.m. in the Orpheum Theatre downtown LA.
Yep.
And I was stood backstage as our cool CG trailer was kind of pumping out. 2,000 people in the audience. I was stood backstage doing my Rocky kind of build-up, and then got my cue, came out onto the stage and said, "Hello everyone, welcome back to E3, and today we're announcing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit."
Absolutely. Well, it's a little bit different than being in front of 2,000 people, but a lot of people are watching you right now too.
Hello.
So Need for Speed, I mean, we're going to see the game in just a bit. We have a demo that you're going to show. We're actually going to show it twice for a reason you'll understand here in a minute. But let's talk about it a little bit. Tell me about how Criterion came to this franchise that's been around for so long. I mean, you guys have obviously been known for the Burnout series, and now you're here on Need for Speed. Can you talk about that evolution and how that happened?
I mean, we've always been massive fans of Need for Speed at Criterion. We love playing games anyway. I think we always talk about the original Need for Speed on 3DO, released in 1996, and we often have it set up in the office and just play it. The epic drives, the beautiful cars, driving that Testarossa over the hill as the balloons are floating over. It's just an amazing experience, and we still go back to it. And we always wanted to make a Need for Speed game. We really love Burnout, but we always wanted to make a Need for Speed game as well, because we're really into driving, and we think we do driving very well. So we actually got the chance to do it. We asked to do it, and they said, "Hey, Need for Speed franchise is big enough that it can cope with lots of different flavors of gameplay. We think people will be really receptive to Criterion's take on it." So we really embraced that, kind of picked up the ball and said, "Okay, how's about we reinvent Need for Speed in a Criterion game style for a connected generation?" To us, that means going back to the roots, back to the original Need for Speed and having the epic drive and having the kind of the great, beautiful environments to drive through, but also bringing a new flavor of fully connecting everything in the game through a system we call Autolog, which is all about you and your friends playing together, not necessarily online at the same time, but having your friends affect the way that you play through Autolog Recommend, which is a feature we're talking a lot about.
There was definitely that element in Burnout Paradise where it was fun to get together with your friends and just mess around and have a good time online.
Yeah.
That seems to be a big part of what Hot Pursuit will be about as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got the great ingredients, right? We always say that the name of the game will actually keep the design simple. It's called Hot Pursuit, right? So there's going to be pursuits in it, and they have to be hot. And it's if we can't get that right, then the rest of the game ain't going to be that great. But we've been focusing on just making sure the game loop of you playing as a cop and me playing as a racer is just fun. The rules are very simple. You're a cop, you chase me. I'm a racer, I try to get away. So everything we put into the game has to support that. It has to be really easy to pick up the controller and drift the car around a corner at 200 miles an hour 10 seconds after you start playing the game. Very, very simple. There needs to be fun kind of things for the cop to do to slow the racer down. So on the cop side, we have different weapons that you can use. You can use roadblocks, you can use EMPs, you can call in aerial support. That's kind of fun to do, and what I'd expect having played previous Need for Speeds and remembering the helicopter and the cool stuff. And as the racer, you have a load of equipment that you can use to get away from the cop. So you have cloaking devices, you have radar jammers, you have overdrive, which is like the fastest you've ever been in a Need for Speed game, where we totally warp the screen and just kind of push you down into it. There's lots of cool stuff in there that we think is just going to be really fun to play, and just a great kind of a great support for the basic act of a cop and a racer going at it.
All right, well, I know people want to see this game, so why don't we give them a taste of the demo? And so, Craig, you're going to take them through it, and I'm going to step back, let you just drive us how you like.
Okay.
So point out, we're looking at this on the PS3, right?
Yes, we're looking at this on the PS3. So today I'm going to be showing you guys two-player Interceptor against my good friend Matt Webb, who is going to be playing. We're going to, you'll see the great kind of real-time introduction sequence that will show the car I'm driving. I'll be driving the Bugatti Veyron, which is like the coolest cop car in the world. Yeah. And Matt's going to be driving a Koenigsegg CCX. You're going to see me calling in roadblocks, EMPs, the helicopters as I just talked about, and Matt's going to be using his different pieces of equipment to try and get away from me. And then we'll play off up into the hills and see what happens. Will Matt escape or will I bust him?
Nice. I like that you showed the Bugatti straight away. Just get to the real power straight away.
It's like we wanted to start, you know, most people see Bugatti Veyrons in games and it's like you have to play the game for like 10 hours to get to it.
Yeah.
We're going to give it to you pretty early on, and you know, because it's like it's a game I've wanted to drive for a long time, so we just wanted to get it. So yeah, here we go.
Yeah, all right.